right. Thank you. I've started recording because of some of you will need the video after the class.
Kí dáàdi yóò mute ni lọ́dọ̀ wọn.
Okay, so I gave you an assignment. I said you should write a program to find the area of a cycle, right? Area of a cycle. Then I also gave you a program to write to display current dates, Abby, current date
Yes, sir.
and time. All right. So what he did was that he declared a variable for the area of a cycle. He declared a variable called radius, which is arrow. He passed it to be what 210. Then the area, he just passing the area there, and he prints out the area. That's what we did. And remember, we said print is a method. Tosin. Print is a method, and print is a statement. The essence of print statement or a method is to impute your results, okay, for you to see your results. That is what that method is doing. Now please, a method are built-in function. So we have two kind of function. We'll get them. We have the built-in function, we have the user defined function. So all these built-in functions are called methods, and methods are reserved. They are just inside the programming for you to make use of them. Okay, so that's what he did. Then this one that I gave him to display the current data time. Now he said import data time. All right. Now date and time is a library or a modules in Python. And one special thing about date and time is that it comes as you install your immediately you install your Python. That module is going along with it. So you are going to use it along. So all you just need is for you to what to call it. We are going to stick when we get there. We'll still see how to call module, then how to make use of module. So when you call the date time module, it now set it into a variable called x. So equals to datetime dot datetime is talking about what? Now. That's now method. Alright. So anytime you are seeing bracket open and close in front of any word, know that that is a method. Alright. And now is a built-in method that goes with date time. All right, that goes with date time, and it talks about the current date and what time. So what he now did was that he set it into what he said, if whatever time that date and time that this guy will bring out, he set it into what variable y. Then he now use stringify. All right, that strf time they are saying that is he converted them to what? To string. All right, that's a method to convert string time. So he convert it to string, then he pass in the words, he pass in as a percentage, that's a modulus, then x to get the current date, then he print out y, then he print out the result of y, then also print out the result of z, which is a stringify method, then he print out z at the end of what? Of the program. All right, this second assignment is actually advanced. We've not got into modules, we've not got into libraries. I just chip it in to check your research method, so that I want the training to be in a way that whatever we are saying, whatever I'm telling you, you are able to Google it. You are able to make your own research and find out, oh, this is why this thing is like this, and this is why this thing like that. That's why I brought that assignment to for him to do. All right, is that okay?
So I have question.
All right, I'm with you.
So if you go back to the assignment now, the variable that the radius can be anything. So is it that this one is static now?
Yes.
This 2010.
Yes, it's static.
But can it be static? So can it be made such that a user can impute the variable?
Their value, yes. I think I will do that. I will modify that one and do it, so that I will use it to learn. There's a method in Python called impute method. All right, so is that method that accepts user inputs?
As Daddy Mungbo.
So what I'm going to do now, I'll just start this class with that correction. I hope Tomisin, you are with us. Tomisin, are you with us? Tosin, is he there? All right, now, like, is it Martin that has that question, or be Emmanuel?
Okay, is Emmanuel. So, but my question, we are talking about method. I don't know.
Yes.
I really want you, if you can throw more light
on
in
method.
The method And whether they have class, I don't know.
Okay.
So is it only method we have in Python, or we have other?
We have classes also. We have classes,
Uh-huh.
but let me make emphasis on method. Okay. Now, a method are built in. A method are built in. They are reserved word. Every programming language has method. Like C++ has a method which you make use of them built in. And you identify a method if the thing is called. For example, now if I say print, I have bracket open and close in front. This is a what? This is a method. All right. This thing is built in the what, in the compiler or interpreter that you are making use of. So it's built in inside Python compiler. And this method, the work of this method is to execute, to output your what, your code. Is that okay? Is to output your code. We have other method, like I was making mention of the input what method. You can see now, if I pass in bracket open and close, is also what, a method. But this line 2 method is to accept input from what, from users. So we are going to make an example of this using that area of a cycle as a case study. For example, like the question you said, can it be user what, imputed? Can it be user imputed? That's what the question you asked. So if I say radius, which is arrow, like what it declared there, equals to, I said input. I said input. Then I'll pass in here. I'll say enter your your radius here. All right. So if the person enter his radius, if you run this program, it will request you to enter something. All right. But I want to say something. The input method only accepts string value. The input method only accepts string value. So, and you know that you can only do arithmetic computation when you are dealing with numbers. Am I clear? Please, I need response. When you are dealing with what, numbers. So what you need to do is to convert the string,
Yes, sir.
to what, to integer, because you can only do arithmetic in integer what, data type. We did that one last class. If you go to that video, in integer data type. But this input I've passed in here is accepting what, string. It said read a string from what, standard what, input. So what do I need to do? Because I want to pass in what, something like a number. So I'll just convert this everything here. I'll convert it to integer. If you remember that last class, I talked about conversion. So what this int is telling me, that whatever I pass inside this input, this program is seeing it as what, as integer. All right. So I can now say, okay, I think the value for pi is 34.142. I can say pi equals to 3.142. Then the area of a cycle is pi r square, right?
Yeah.
So area. So you can pass in a complex word. Area of cycle equals to my pi, which is my py. Then we said arrow square. That will be asterisk. All right. Now I'm going to say radius. All right. Radius, which is arrow. Then double asterisk means raised to power. All right. Raised to power. Radius double asterisk. I'll pass 2 here. So what this means is that arrow raised to power 2. Or if you follow the method you use, you just say asterisk what? Asterisk. This one means radius times what? Radius.
Times radius.
Yes.
No.
But the other method is
Short.
asterisk, then you pass your 2 since it's square. Is that okay? Then the next thing I'm going to pass here, I'm going to say print what? The area. Print the area of a what? Of a cycle. You can see why I decided to move to VS Code. It's giving me the variable I've declared. I should make use of it, so it make life easy for
So don't you pass? So now this the Python now, not the pi value, that you don't have it as a method on its own.
the pi
So
value.
call it the pi. Yes.
Pi value. Yeah, we have method for pi, but you know that is when we'll be using the math method. All right. I've not gone
Okay.
to importing modules. I've not entered there. So if you are importing math method, I was supposed to write here import math. That was what that will now give me access to using math dot what dot py. That will bring in the default value. But I've not started using modules. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So what I would do now is I'll run this program. Good evening, Tosin. Where did I? This was last class, Abby.
Where did you go to run?
So you run it by clicking on play. Did you see it here?
Yeah, yeah.
That play icon there you run. But please, before you start using your VS Code, ensure those things I asked you to install last class. You've installed it.
The man is
Python
working.
is working, Abby. Good. Now,
Yes.
now you notice now what are you seeing here? It's telling you to enter your what your radius. So if I enter my radius
Yes.
40, I just press enter. It bring out the result for you. All right. So
Yes.
user can impute any value of their choice. Is that okay by Emmanuel? Do you get it?
Yes.
Tosin, do you get it
Yes.
also?
Yes, yes,
Now,
sir.
there is a problem with this program in the sense that if I run it and I pass in something like, I say 30.45 and I run it, I'll get a big fat error. You can see the error there. I believe we can see the
Yeah.
error. So it's telling me that invalid literals.
But it's
So,
not a float.
yes, I'm putting float inside what? Integer. So,
Integer.
yeah, so you have to convert this guy to what? To float. Okay?
Float.
Convert this guy to float, then you run your what? Your program. So even if I come here and I type 30.45 any value there and I press enter, my program will be in a very very what good shape. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. Now, uh, last class we started operator with Martins. I'll quickly go back and run through the type of operator, but please, I would like you guys to go back to that video and watch that video because we talked about the arithmetic operator in that class. I will just state the various type. The the type we have, I think there are 6 of them. Okay, we said we have arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, logical operator, membership operator, then identity words operator.
Operator.
All right. So we want to start assignment words operator before we round up that last class. So I'm going to pass something here. Comment assignment
Yeah, accept that. Accept that. One of them.
assignment words operator. Now, what I said in that particular class, I said assignment operators are operators that are used to assign values to what? To variables. These are operators that are used to assign values to variables. And I gave examples of this operator. For example, you have this guy equals. This one is an operator. Then you have something like plus equals. You have something like minus equals. You have something like division words equals. Sorry. Then you have something like modulus. Please, you can go and read about modulus. Modulus equals. You have something like flow division, where you have a double slash equals. Now all of these are all called assignment operator. Now I said something. I said in programming language, this your single equals that you normally call equals to in mathematics is not called equals to. This your single equals to is called in Python is called assignment. All right. If you look at the class work the assignment I gave when I say pi equals to 3.14, it means that I'm assigning 3.142 for what for pi. It is not equals to. Is that okay? It's not that what is in the left is the same thing as what is in the right. No. What this one means that this pi is a variable and is storing what? Is storing 3.14 word 2. Alright, that's the assignment. The re equals to is when you're having equals equals. Okay, right? Double of it. This is the re equals to. And what we did in that last class again, we also as established when we are having addition and we are having plus. Now, if you are having addition and you're having plus, that means that is a shortcut of writing a program of adding a variable, a value stored in the variable inside another variable. For example, if I come in here, please permit me. Commenting in Python, we have said it is what is hash. Just pass your hash there. VS Code. We are now in VS Code. VS Code, the shortcut is control plus forward slash. Are we there? That's the shortcut. Control plus forward slash. You press them together. All right. Now let's
come again.
Control plus forward slash. Your cursor should be
to do what?
To comment.
Okay, commenting. You're talking about okay.
Yeah, to comment out. Control plus forward slash in VS Code. All right. So now let's assume that I declare a variable. I said my variable is x. I say x equals to what 4. All right. And I said something. I said x again. All right. I say plus. Okay. Plus equals to what? X again plus equals to, let me say 5. If I print x here, so what you are going to see, please let me comment this one out because I don't have any business with it. You are going to see that it's going to be x will be 9. X will be what? X will be 9. You can see there x is 9. What happened there is that this one is a shortcut for writing this. All right, this is x. Okay, I think let me allow you to see it. S equals to what? X plus 5. All right, x was equals to 4. All right, so when the interpreter comes to this line 8, s is now stored as 4. That will now become s equals to 4 plus what? 5. That's what this thing is doing here. So basically, this particular plus equals to, we use it in program to shorten our code. It's just a short way of writing your code if you are building a robust a complex application. That's what we did. Then the opposite is minus, so you can test minus by yourself, right? So that will be instead of this plus that you have here, that will be minus equals to. So please let me pass my hash symbol here to comment this place out. So minus equals to. So what you are going to be having here, x is 4, x, that will be minus what? 1. That will be the result you'll be seeing on your what? On your terminal. So x minus what? 1. That's what that one is doing. Now the same thing is applicable to.
Please come again, sir. What you mean by that? X minus equals to 5 meaning x equals to x plus 5.
This one, x minus equals to 5, that will becomes x equals to x minus what? 5, not plus. It was plus. I used to give that example. Do you get it now?
Okay, that means I can understand you now.
So that will be x is 4 now, right?
4 minus
4
5.
minus
Okay.
5. That was what gave the results. What I was not saying, I said the shortcut. This is just the shortcut of this one. All right. So is it clear? Now others include for example, you have the modulus. Let's look at the modulus. Let me give an example with the modulus. I think I should be commenting them out. If I say, for example, I said x, look at it as tx modulus, this is symbol for modulus, equals to 5. So Martins, pay attention to this. If I say x modulus equals to 5 and I say print print word x, or let me use y if you, so that you not get confused with x everywhere. Y. Now, Tosin, what we established for modulus last class, we said modulus return the words. Modulus return the words.
Modulus will be the remainder after
the remainder.
The remainder. So now this guy will flag error. Who can tell me why with this one flag error? Line 10.
we have not defined y.
Yes, y is yet to be what to be defined. So let me look for something for y. Let's see y is equals to what 10. So you can see it's out of it. So modulus return the remainder. So Martins, let's give the shortcut for this program now. This program is going to be y, isn't it, equals to y modulus words 5. Do you understand? So that will be
Yes.
10 modulus what 5. So 5 into 10, that will be 2 remainder 0. So our output should be what? 0, because modulus return the what? Remainder. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if you run this program, I should be having 0. You can see I'm having was 0 there. So modulus return the what? The remainder. Now the other guy that goes with these people is a floor division. What we established for floor division last class, we say floor division return the what? It return the value before the decimal
Absolute
word.
value.
The absolute value, which is without a decimal word points.
Point.
Okay, so you guys understand that now. Let me move forward to something else, Abby.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's quickly go to another one that is very logical. Let's look at the comparison operator. The comparison operator. A comparison operator is an operator that is used to compare two things, right? You compare two things, and a comparison operator return a boolean word value. What do we say a boolean value is, Tosin?
False, true or false?
A
Boolean
true,
value is either true
a
or
true or
false.
what?
Either yes or no.
Yeah, a true or false
False.
words results. Now, examples of these comparison operators include comparison. So, e.g., we have something like you can have something like equals equals, something like something like not equal to. Not equal to is like this. Then your equals. Then we have something like your less than, something like greater than, something like less than or equal to, something like greater than or what or equal to. So these are the various comparison operator. The first one that you see there is for equality. Remember I said that in the assignment operator. That is the real equality word operator. Now let's give example. So I have to comment this place out. If I think, let me declare a variable here and said, I think I have y already declared. Y is 10. Please, I have y to be 10. I have x to be what? 4. All right. If I come here and I say print x equals to what? Equal to what? To y. What result will I get? What result will I get?
It will be false because x is not equals to y.
Yeah,
Why?
it's not equals to y. Now let's write a program now so that you see how program flows. If we now say, if I have a condition here, if y equals to what? X. All right. Now when you are using a conditional statement like if statement, or you are using a control flow statement, you must pass in what? A colon. And when you pass in a colon, that will lead to what we call indentation. Now, Python is a programming language that supports indentation. What we mean by indentation is your next code should not start from here. Your next code should start from what? From here. If I say print I love Python language. I love Python what language. Now, if peradventure now I pass this guy here, I'm going to get a big fat error. Why am I having a big fat error? Because of wrong words indent. You can unexpected and indebted block if statement. So this guy is supposed to be what? Here like this. So Python yell against if you don't pass indentation, especially if you are using a control flow statement, you are using a function, a functional statement, you are using a loop statement, and all those advanced statements in Python, you must pass in what? Uh, Indentation. Okay. Now, if I run this program, this I love Python programming will not be executed. Who can tell me why? Because this condition, if statement is a conditional word statement, all right. When I get to that side, I will also explain it better.
And
Is
why
a
it's not important?
huh?
Yes.
Is a
It did
con-
not make meet the condition.
it did not meet the word the condition. Another thing
Okay.
about if statement is that if statement that line 70 it returned only a true word condition. So it returned only a true condition. So if I have come here and say y is equals to what 4, ys is equals to what 4, that condition is what is true. So I will get uh, the result printed out. You can see that I'm still having if y is equals to this. I love programming in Python. It's not giving me my results. Why is it not giving me my results? Print I love. Let me remove this guy. Let me comment this guy out. So these variables are really not available here. Hello, are you guys with me? These variables
Yes,
are
sir.
Yeah.
really not available here again since this guy has executed them. So I can say y equals to what 4, s equals to what 4. The reason is because it's an interpreted word programming language. You can see now that I now have I love Python with what I love Python word language because x is what x is 4 and y is what 4.
That's all.
Okay. All right. If I've come here and I change it, you notice that it will not be what executed. Now that is for the equality. That symbol means what? Equality.
So, sir, please, so go
Yeah.
back to line 18. You talk about indentation. You talk about which using that colon
Yes.
by indentation. So I didn't understand you much.
Okay. Now, if is a conditional statement, right? And if
Yes.
is a control flow statement. What we mean by a control flow statement means you use it to set a criteria for a condition to be what? To be executed. Now, I now said something. Anytime you are using if a control flow statement or a function in Python, are you getting it? Or a looping statement in Python, you must pass in what? Your colon. Are you okay? And when you pass in
Okay.
your colon, that colon will force you to what? To indent the word, the language.
Intent.
Do you get it? Because of this colon that
Okay.
is here now, that's why this Python, this print, let me remove it. I'll cut it out. Mhm. You can see now without this colon, okay, without this colon, I press enter. You see that it's coming straight up. Do you understand? The cursor is
Oh, I
coming
understand.
at the same line there. But if I pass in my colon there and I press enter, it will give me indents. So I can now pass in my statement in there. So anytime you are using if statement, if a looping statement, a function in Python, you must have what? Colon, and it will be indented for you. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's continue. That is just equality. That's just for equality. Now, we noticed something that when this guy was, if this guy is 10, if y is something like 10, and I save it and I run it, you notice that it's not executed. The first you are seeing is the one on top. Hope you know that. This present one is not executed. The reason is because this is a false, because y is what 4, x is what 10. How do I make it to work? I can use X is not equal to what? Y. I'll pass in my words exclamation symbol here. This means what? X is not equal to Y. Is the condition true or false now? Sorry. Is the condition true or false? Now I think I should remove this guy, or I comment it out. X is not equal to what? Y. Is this condition true or false now?
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
So we have I love Python language what executed. So that is that about what that. Another example is greater than. All right, you can also use your greater than here. Now, this is a procedural programming in Python. That's what you are learning. Okay, this is a procedural programming in Python. Now, if you are given a complex application to do, you may have a scenario whereby you are comparing two variables together. All right, you are comparing two items together and you want to get a result. So I'm just telling
Uh,
you the guide to what to follow in case you are having that kind of a program. But we are still going to get there, but we have to have a procedural way of coding before we begin to look at the advanced so that you understand it better. Is that okay?
I have question.
Okay.
So in other program, like say for instance, I want to declare variable line 15 now. In
Mm.
other program, they allow, let's say y is equals to 4.
Yes.
Then I put comma, x is equals to 10. Does Python allow it? Because I notice that you are using each line.
Python doesn't allow that. All right. Let's see. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, Python doesn't allow that. Hmm?
So you read line by
It
line. Okay.
read line by line. That's why it's called interpreter. It's go line by line. So, like JavaScript now, you can declare it in one line and you'll be good. Other programming language does support that. PHP does not even support it either. All right. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's look at another one. Please, your greater than lesser, do I need to do anything about that? Less than or equal to, do I need to do anything about it? Greater than or equal to, do I need to do anything about it? I need general response though.
No, you can go ahead, sir. Go ahead. You can. I think they are the same thing now.
They are the same thing. They are the same thing. So
Conditional.
they are both the same. They will give you the same result. So let's not just use that one to waste much time. Now let's look at a more. This one I normally take time to explain this one to my students a lot because it's confusing. I think I have a. Imagine you say you are doing C++. You have knowledge of C++, right?
I don't know more Java I did.
Java. All right. So
Yes.
we want to look at a logical operator. Logical operator is what normally confuses people. Sometimes they will just leave it and they will ask you to be doing your logic because it's logical. Hmm? So let's look at it. Logical operator. Now, examples of logical operators include your AND, hmm? Your
Yeah.
OR, and your what? And your what? Not.
Not. Good point, sir.
All right, and or not. Now, how does AND operate? Let me draw. I think should I draw something out? Let me use paint. If I can use paint to draw something out. Paint. Alright, let's just bear with me with this. Let's see how we can. We are looking at. Let's say I have A. This is A. I have a line here. I have B. Right. I have a line here. Then I have A, B, and don't mind this thing. A and B. There's a symbol for it. Let us use this one first. A and what? And B. I have something like this. I have something like this. A.
You just use the cell now.
So just bear with me, please. I just want to do something crazy this evening. I have something like this. So this is, let's say, this is false. All right. This is false. This is true. This is what? True.
That's logic.
That's logic. So remember, this is F.
Yes.
All right. Then this is false. This is what? True, Abby.
Yeah.
This is false. This is what? True. So we just want to break it now. What now? Let's know that false means 0, true means what? 1. I hope we understand that. So I can
Yes.
say
Yeah.
0011. All right. 0101.
Yeah.
So please, let's get that established. For a hand logical operator, what is said is that if the first criteria is true and the second criteria is true, the and is what? Is true. Otherwise, it is a what? It is false. Okay? Let me type it here. It said that if the criteria 1, all right, is true, and criteria 2, all right, is what? True. All right. Result. The result will be and now, Abby. The result
Yeah.
is what? Is true. Otherwise, it is what? Is false. I'm doing this for those people that don't have programming background knowledge. Now let me come back here. Criteria 1 here is what? Is false, right? Right.
Yeah.
Criteria 2 here is what? Is false. So what's going to be my returning result here? I'm going to have false. Are you getting it? Criteria 1 here is what? Is false. Criteria 2 here is what? False. Both are not what? True. So this one will be what?
True.
False. Criteria 1 here is true. Criteria 2 here is false. This will be what? False.
False.
The only true result now is what? This one is going to be what? True. Should I have to come again? Do I have to come again?
For criteria, number 1, is it not supposed to be true?
I mean, this last one, which number?
Number 1 is false.
Can I see the definition again, sir, from the other side?
Okay. If criteria
Okay.
1 is true and criteria 2 is true, result is true, otherwise false. So it means that both has to be true for the result to be what?
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
So that's what
Conditional.
that's what and. Now let's now look at it in programming words. Programming environment. Let's look at it in programming environment. So I have to comment all of these out because it's going to give me a big fat word error. Let's use XY again, right? Let's use XY again and see what we are going to have. Now, if y equals to what? Y equals to what? 4, Abby, and x equals to what? Let's say s equals to 5. All right. Print the result. The result is a what? Is a false. Now look at it. Look at it. Y is equality to what? To 4. Yes, y is declared to be 4, Yabi. X
Yeah.
is equal to 5. No, but x is equals to 10 here. So
Okay.
definitely this will not be what? Executed. So if you run it, you can see that I love Python language. It's still executing the top one though. So let me comment this
Yeah.
guy out. Let me run it. So you notice that it is not, nothing is executed out. Why? Because this guy here has spoiled the whole thing. I don't know if you understand. This
Yeah.
and s is equals to do. Remember, Hand said this one is true. Yeah, this one is true, but this guy is false. So this one is not going to be executed. If this one was also
Yeah.
true, this one is 10. Then you run it. The result will give you what? The result is what? Is a false. Now the result is now what? True. Do you get it now?
Yeah.
The result is what is true. That is for Hand. Alright? So both has to be true for the result to be what? True. See what OR is telling us. The definition for OR is simply if either or both is true, the result is true. OR. This definition for OR. He said if either or both criteria, all right, is true, all right, the what? The result is what? Is true. Otherwise, it is a what? Is a what? A false. This is the definition for that. So if you go back to this place now and you are doing for all, assuming that this one, now let me use eraser to clean this guy.
Or
Yes. Don't mind me. So this is it.
I beg, don't mind what is it's another thing. Go
Okay.
ahead, sir.
So I have I think this one is giving me something else. So where is this that gave me my
Depends.
my
Look at the
pen?
first one there before the paint. Yeah, the pencil.
This one is doing something else. So I have for all, remember from what we said, if either or both is true, it is true, right? Otherwise
Yeah.
it is a what? A false. This one now, both are false, so this one is going to be what? False. Do you get?
Course.
This one now, this
Yeah.
one is false and this one is true. That's either now, so this one
It's
will be
true.
what? True.
True.
So this one is true, this one is false, this one will be what? True. Abi?
True.
Now this one, both
Yeah.
are true, this one will give you what? True.
False.
No,
False.
both are true. If either or both are true, it is true. Otherwise, false. So both are true. You get a what? A true. Is it understood now?
Yes, sir.
So you get a what? A true. So if you look at what we are going to be having here now, let me write a program again. Let me comment this one out. Now you notice that when we declare this one is this and this one is this program was not executed. Abi? Or if I say
Yeah.
what's that? What's showing on the platform there? What's showing on the platform there? Hello, what happened? What happened to Microsoft Team?
It's not Microsoft Teams, sir. It's your site.
Eh,
Yeah,
Your
because we
VS
have seen.
Code.
my VS Code.
Yes.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that is for or and or. Please, is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Is it
Yeah.
understood? So let me look for other matured other language again. All those ones they are still simple kind of. They are simple. Look at it. If I have a statement, I said um if I say, for example, I say, since you said is a boolean, right? I can come here and say print. If I say print, hope I'm good. Print uh true against what? True. True and true is what? True and true is what? True and true is
True
what,
and
class?
true. It's
Yes.
true.
True and true is what is true, right?
True.
So the results you should get from here should be what? True. So you can just use that one to understand it better. So if I duplicate this code, true and false is what? True and false is what? True and false is
True.
what?
True.
Oh,
True.
it's true.
True and false is false. You guys are missing it too.
Oh,
Okay.
True
And
and
oh,
false is
oh.
false. Let me confuse you again. False and true is what?
It's true.
False
it's
and true is
false.
what?
False.
That man has not understand this thing, oh. False and true is what? Is false. Look, go back to the criteria and understand it very well.
For the all criteria.
Eh?
Is it for the all criteria?
And I say false and true is false.
Oh,
True
sorry,
and
sorry.
false is false.
I was using your if statement.
If statement, this one, no, 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 no. I'm not using this
I
guy
was
again.
using. I think
I'm just giving a different example.
just testing. Okay.
I'm just giving a different example. So at least so that it not look like we already have that one that I just gave. I'm just trying
Okay.
to bring that.
The program accept that and not a symbol of and.
Not what? You mean okay? I
You
know
know
what
program
this symbol of
that's
hand.
and that's
Is that
yeah.
what you
You
mean?
do yeah. It doesn't accept this one
It
like this.
accepts singular, not double.
Only single, not double.
Yes,
Okay.
single, don't double.
Okay.
You can use that one or you use the complete spelling. So let's continue. False and false is what? False and
False.
false is what?
False.
False and false is what? False. I believe we understand the concept now. Abi? So
Yes.
if I duplicate all of this, or true or true is what?
True. True.
True or true is what?
Not true.
All right. True or false is what?
True.
Okay. False or true is what?
False. True. Either one now.
Either one. False or true is true. So the only true that we have here, the only false that we have here, what? False or false is what? False or false is
False.
what? Is false. So
False.
let me bring this guy here. I'll cut this. So I'll use
That's
it.
new line.
New line. Thank you. Let's run it. This guy is. Why is he printing it out? It's not supposed to print it out, so I'll figure out why is it doing like that. So let me just use something like asterisk. So you can see that the only false we have there is false or what? False. Every other thing is what is true. I believe with this we are able to understand that and or very very well, right? The other guy
Yes, sir.
is the not. Not is just opposite. Not simply means negation. So opposite of true is what? False. Opposite of false is what? Is true. So let me give an example. Let's assume that I have a variable. Let me print out an empty line. I declare a variable and I said expression. Let me just spell it. This is a variable. Expression equals to if I say um, I'm trying to look at something. Remember up here we said x is what? Where is it? Have I commented it out? I think I've
X is
commented it out.
equals to
X is
10.
equals to 10, y is equals to 4. I still want to make use of this variable because it's still available to use. If I say not a problem, if I say not, I pass this guy here. Then I say x x less than y. What will be my results? I now say okay, print out what variable what expression. Who can tell me what will be my result here? X is equals to what? S is equals to 10, y is equals to 4. And here I'm saying
It will be true.
x is what? 10, Abby. Y is what?
Yes.
Now,
4.
normally, this statement x is greater than y, Abby.
Yes.
S is
But the
greater than
not
y.
changing.
The null will become what? True. So that is what you are going to be having there. You're going to have what?
But
True.
why we but the question is it does it not sound foolish to put the not there instead of just changing the sign see which is the greater than symbol. Uses greater than symbol.
Is it not what?
This not statement you use to negate the condition. So
Yes.
it was it not just straightforward, just put x is greater than y.
If you put x is
You are
greater
correct.
than y, you are going to have false
False. Because x is less than y.
because x is less than y. You are going to have false. Do you understand now?
The Y is 10.
So the
I know,
not
Yeah.
but
Yes.
okay. You gave a condition that x
x
is
is
not less than
not.
y.
Yes, yes,
Okay, it's a condition, yeah. So
yes.
okay.
So I just negated whatever this result will return. That's why it passed me what? It gave me true. So if I run it, I'm going to have what? True. Are we together?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then the next operator that we are looking at is the identity operator. This guy is one operator that is very tricky also, but if care is not taken, in this operator there are just two type. Identity operator are two type, and the essence of identity is to detect if something is a member of something or something is not a member of something. If something is a member of something, if an item is a member of a block of item, or is not a number of what, a member of what, a block of what item. So basically this identity operator, so the example is, all right. The other one is what? Is not. You can see this is a special, it is a reserved word in Python. All reserved word are given with what? In VS Code they are given with color what? Is it pink or be what they call this one now? They are giving a different color for you to be able,
Purple.
purple, for you to be
Purple.
for you to be able to what, to identify them. Now let's look at a good example.
Yep.
Let's look at a good example. So I have to comment this place out.
Mhm.
Like I said the identity operator is to check if something is a member of what, of something, right? If I come in here, all right. If I come in here, I said I've not gotten to those containers, so I just have to be very careful when I'm when I'm saying their terminologies. If I say x is equals to something like I have 1 comma 2 comma let's say 3, 1 comma 2 comma 3, then I said something, I said y equals to I have 1 uh, comma 2 comma what comma 3. All right, now look at it. This is actually a what we call containers. I think if time permits us, we'll still enter containers today, or we'll move it to our next class. Now this is actually a list container. Okay, if you look at what you are having there, if you look at what we are having here, what is in x seems to be similar to what is also what y. Now if you say and you print a statement, I said print x is what is y, you are going to get a big fat what error. Why will you have a big fat error? For example, I said print uh let's say x is what is y. So I'm going to get a false result. I'm going to get a false result. Why? Because these are just containers. X is having its own storage, y is having its own storage. The best thing for me to do to make sure that these things are what are now what equated is for me to subject one of the variable to what to another variable. For example, if I come in here and I say, for instance, I said x is equal to, sorry, I say z equals to what to x. Look at it. If I say z is equals to x and I said x is what is 0, remember we have said that the single equals to is for what assignment, abi
Yes.
the single equals to is
Yes.
for what is for assignment. And from what we have from line 45, 1 2 3 that we declared was assigned to what to x, meaning that x is storing what 1 2 what 3. In line 47 we now say z equals to what x, so everything that is stored inside x should be what also stored inside what now be stored inside z. Now if I
Yeah.
come here and I said print, what was this, I come here and I said print x is what is 0, I'm going to get a true words, a true result. I'm going to get a true words, a true result. I hope this thing is not confusing. Let me pass in a line here. So you can see that I'm having a word, I am having word true. So what this identity is telling us, that is telling you that what is in x is also what in y. If that is not understood, let me give another example again so that you now do compare and
So
what
it's also in Y or it's also in Z.
is also in z. Sorry, what is in x is also what in z. Now let me give another example. If I declare a variable, I said name. Okay, I said name um equals to, I'll declare, or let's say schools. All right, let's say names. I say names, then I pass it something like Martins. I pass in Tosin, then I pass it something like what do I pass again? I pass it something like Emmanuel. Now see what I want to write here. If I say uh um, print print uh, Martins. Okay, Martins. All right. If I say Martins is name, what is gonna be? What would this be? Is this gonna be true or a false? But let's see what we're going to have first.
False.
So Martins is name. So we're having four because Martins is not name. Name is having separate word storage. Okay, that is false. That's for what? I Is it identity now? Yeah, that's for identity.
Identity.
That's for identity. What if I say Martins is, so it's just the opposite, is not what? Name. What do you think I will have?
True. True.
True. So it just, so what we are saying in essence is this: the identity operator return what? A boolean word result. Is that understood? The identity operator return a boolean word result. So the opposite of present is what? Is absent. So opposite of is what? Is not. Is that understood? So you can go
Yes.
and go and begin to give other examples. Other examples, probably you have if you have a string, you begin to say, is this one, or this one is not this one. So you know that if the assignment is there, if peradventure I have said that uh Martins is not name. If I have said um Martins, sorry, if I said Martins is equals to what? Name. If I said Martins is equals to what? Name. I come here, I remove this guy here because I'm going to get a big fat what? Error. Because I'm not looking at what is inside now. I'm looking at the variable that have been assigned. So what this one now, you know that it is, this one supposed to return, originally is going to return true, right? Right?
Yeah.
Originally it's going to return true. So if I'm not having is not, I'm going to have what?
False.
False as my what? Results. Is that understood? So
Yeah.
that's just examples under that. Now let's just finish the operator. We'll now look for work examples, real life examples, what we deal with operator if time still permit us to look at that. Now the last kind of operator we have there is the membership words operator. The membership, sorry, let me make it come out first. Membership operator. And when you are talking about membership operator, the membership operator is like the identity operator, but there is different. Membership means is inside, is a member of a group of something. Do you get it? Is a member of a group of something. An example of these operators are in. All right, that's one example you see in membership operator. And the opposite of in membership operator is not what? Is not in. So there are two of them, the in operator and the what? The not in what? Operator. Now let me give you a good example that you now notice that is different from identity. If you have something like, I declare a variable, I say for example txt is my variable. I said this is, what's this? This is, all right, let's say Python is my best programming language. Python is my best programming words language. Python is my best programming language. Abi? So we all know that if I run print, right? Those of us, if you have been following our class, if you say print tst, we're going to get that printed out. True or false?
Yes.
We're going to get it printed out. Now, what if I want to So the summary of it, this is that the membership operator return a boolean word result. So it's either a true or a false. If I come in here and I said something, I said, let me duplicate this guy. I said Python, pass this guy in quotes. Hope I'm good though. I've added error in this program. I pass this guy in quotes. Python. Alright. In what? In what? TST. Please, what will I have? Python is in this string, block of string. So I'm going to get a
True.
return of what? I'm having a return of false. Why am I having a return of false? Emmanuel, you're the one that said true, Abby. Why do you think it's supposed to be true?
Return false.
False. So why is it
Oh,
false?
because it's not a concatenated string, so it's taking the string as one variable. Even so, that Python is seen as one variable. But if you concatenate it, it will be true.
Okay. So what do you mean by if I concatenate it?
That is, if I declare a variable now, txt,
Uh,
column, quotation, then I put Python, then I put another command that is
all right.
display it as concatenated.
You try
It will
good.
be four. It will be two at that time.
You try, but you are using logic. Well done, sir. You tried. So now the reason why you are seeing false, you see that is small letter P I have inside the statement. And in
Okay,
my
small
print,
letter P, yeah, it's not the same.
and in my print statement, I'm having capital letter what P. So
Yeah, it's not
that's why it's not the
same.
same thing. Thank you.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I have
yeah,
the
yeah,
massive small P there.
yeah.
So if you run it again, it's gonna be what? True. It's
True.
only man that is here. Oh. Is this guy there? Martins, are you with us?
It's yeah.
Is Tosin with us?
No, it's not.
Huh?
It's not at the moment.
It's not
I
there.
think his network mental.
But it don't come since.
No, he has been here.
So what I mean, have you
Please,
come
oh,
back?
please. Maybe I hope he has not messaged us. He said he's
No,
waiting.
no message.
No message.
No, that is old message.
That
Oh.
was his own
Okay.
message.
Okay, maybe he's going to get the video there.
Yeah.
All right. So that's because of the word, the capital letter. That's what happened. So what I'm saying in essence is that the membership operator return a bool. That's why you're seeing the word a true. Now I'm not going to write a program whereby you see where this thing is very, 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 very industrious. It's very useful. Now, if I write this and I said is not means what? Negation, right? That's a
Yeah.
negation. So that will give me, is it in not? Hey, problem.
Not,
It's not
not
in.
in.
Not in. So that's going to give me what? False. All right. Now let's now see something that this thing is going to be very handy for you to make use of. Who is that? Somebody's say something. Please, he's waiting. He's waiting. Can you accept him? He said he's waiting.
He has been accepted.
Okay. All right. So now let's see a real life application of this. I'm trying to figure out a program I'm going to use from my
The next
head.
5 minutes.
Now if I have I declare, let's say I declare a list. I would our next class is container, so I'm just calling them since. I declare a list of fruits. A list of fruits. And I have oranges. I have orange. I have apple. I have banana. Then I have my guy there, which is what? Mango. I have this variable here. So if I say, for
Are we
example,
still on the membership
yeah, we
operator?
are seeing in membership operator. I'm trying to bring out examples that you, a real life example that you apply them to it. I have fruits. I declare a list of fruits. Then I have orange, apple, banana, mango. Then I said something. I said, let me use a control flow statement. A control flow statement. If hmm, quote orange, if orange in what? Fruits. If orange in fruits, uh, x equals to int. I want to write a complex program, so just pay attention. Inputs, let's see, uh, let me just use inputs. What is your name? What is your name? Space. Then uh, print print um, bracket open x space I love to program with Python. I love to program with what? Python. Now, if orange in fruits, is that condition true or false?
It's true.
It's true. Meaning lines 61 and 62 will be what? Executed, right?
Yeah, okay.
So if I
And if
just
it's not,
huh?
no, it will not go ahead.
If it's
If
not,
it's not,
it will not go ahead.
it will stop at
Yes.
60. Okay.
Yes. So if I type Emmanuel here and I press enter, Emmanuel, I love program with what? With Python. You see the advantage of all those membership operator now. But if I
Yeah.
don't want to execute this, I can just say not in. It will not go ahead. Okay, it will not go ahead. So that condition now is false. So this line 61 and
Yes.
62 will not be what? Executed. Do we get my example? I just brought this one from my head. Do we get my example?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, what's the next one? I think the membership operator is the last. Membership operator is the last, Navi.
Yes.
So now let's look at other methods. Let's look at other method, because those of us that make research a lot, you will be seeing method like range, the range method, the range method, the range what method. Oh, the range method. Now this range method, if you, especially if you are dealing with numbers, if you are dealing with numbers, there's no point concatenating again. So permit me to comment this place out. Now if you are dealing with number, you can see that range is a what? Is a method. Remember in the beginning of the class I said a method is something that has brackets, parentheses in front, open and what? And close, isn't it? And I said something again. I
Yes.
said method are built-in word function. I said another thing again. I said method are reserved word. Do you remember?
Yes. Yes.
So now we are looking at the range method. Okay. The range method is to display range of values of numbers. Range of what? Of numbers. If I say, for example, all right, I say, for example, now, let me comment these guys out. I said, print, I call my range. Then I just pass in what? I pass in 10 here. If I run it, what do you think I will have? You can see you're having 0 and what? 10. Okay, you're having 0 and what? 10. Now, that's because the range method accepts 3 arguments. Arguments are what you pass inside a method, inside the bracket of a method. It accepts 3
And the
methods. All right. The first method is accept is the beginning. So let me just type it there. Beginning, begin. Right. The second one is the what? Step. The last guy is the what? The end. So range method accepts beginning, step, and what? End. Now, I want to write a program that will print out numbers from what? From 1 to what? To 10. Do you get it now? A program that will print
yeah,
out numbers from 1 to 10. I can just say print. Print. Remember we said begin, right? Begin from 1.
range
Begin
one
from 1. Then
number.
I said step, then the end. So I can just say that step is optional. You can decide to put it, you may decide to not put it. Okay. If I say give a step of 1, then I say
Ah,
end, that will be 11. Sorry, I've missed it. That was beginning, end, and step. This step should be what? End. Beginning, end, and what? Step. Sorry about that. So now, if I say, for example, now I say print number between what? 1 and what? 10. I pass 11 here. I save it. I was supposed to pass in my range, right? The range method.
yeah,
The range method will come in here. So by the time I run this program, I'm going to get it's giving me 1 and 11, which is not what I want.
you didn't put the step. You
Eh?
didn't put the step. The
Let me say
step.
step of 1. So what do you observe? It's still giving you 1 and what? 11. Now, the
Level.
method I will use, I'm going to use a loop statement. All of these things I've not gotten there, but I just want to explain this range. If I say for
Yeah, because you
statement,
have to give.
it has to be a loop to bring up.
You have to define a boundary.
Yes, yes. If I say, for example, I said for x, right, in
Mm.
a range, for x in range, so remember we said 1, so I want to get what? To 10. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm now going to print out what? Print what? X. Print out x. So this guy will loop through to be going from one step to the other. So you can see that what I have here now is 1 to what? To 10. Did you see it?
No.
You can see that he's not picking.
It's not picking one.
It's not picking 1, so it's supposed to be
Because
what? 0.
array start from 0.
You say?
Yeah. Array start from, so I'm using array.
Yeah.
When you use anything array, you start from 0.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
started from 0. So that's what we have there now. So I'm printing range index of number from 1 to what? To 10. Now if I want to say
Yeah.
give me step, let's say I want to give me 2 step, I'll pass it 2 here. So see what I'm going to have. It's going to give me 2, 4 till I get to 11. See, I'm having 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10. That's what step does. So you're going to move 2 steps ahead. I don't know if you get it. Two
Yeah.
step 0 1, pick it, print 2, 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's other step. If peradventure I want to increase it to something like 3 4, how many step? Problem. So I run it. That will be 4 steps. The first one is 4, so I'm going to have what? 8. No other thing will come again in between what? 11. So that's just a way to write a program to print out range of value between a certain what? A certain number using your range method. Range method is majorly used in random. If you are using the random modus or the random library, you will be using random a lot, because we use that to set time. We use that to set what a certain range of numbers that we want to make use of. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Let me quickly look for where uh, a real life exercise that we can look at together and make use of in this class. Boy, you are great, yes, you are. The only one walked upon the sea, raised the dead. You reign in majesty, mighty God. Everything written about you is great. You are 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 great. Everything. Everything. Still looking for example relating to what we just finished. Pop, 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 pop. There's no. I'm not seeing. This as we are still in the basic. So I'm gonna drop this in on the WhatsApp platform so that we'll look at it together. Ah, dun, dun, dun. Now let's do this one together. I've dropped a question on my screen. Can we all see my screen?
You drop it on WhatsApp now.
Yes, I dropped it on WhatsApp. Let me see, drop it here. So let's look at it together. It's a write a computer program using an appropriate relational operator and selection constraint to implement the following specification. What is the specification? The first specification I'm
I'm
having.
not sharing. You are not sharing. You are not sharing your screen. No.
Eh, I'm coming, please.
It's sharing because it has not touched your question.
It's not sharing.
Please check if you can see my screen now.
That partition stop sharing.
No. You put it on stop sharing. No.
No, he hasn't clicked it yet.
You are not still
Yeah,
seeing
that's
it.
it.
No. I think you stopped sharing screen before when you wanted to go and search the question. So,
I'm bringing it back again.
but your cursor is still showing stop sharing screen. It's still showing as if your cursor is there at that stop sharing screen.
It's not moving.
Okay, let me just log out and come back again.
I will check that with.
Please check if you can see my screen now. Can you see my screen now?
No.
Okay, yes, now.
Okay. Now this is the question that we have here. Now the question is, this is the specification. It said, write a computer program using an appropriate relational operator and selection construct to implement the following specification. These are the specifications. Arrange for a computer program to read in two integers from the user. Okay, use an if to else selection construct and an appropriate relational operator to print out one of the following to the visual display unit based on the integers entered. All right, the integers entered have different values. The integers entered have the same word values. So this is just a construct, and from what we've learned so far, we are going to be using the control flow statement, and also we are going to be using the input method because of what they said. The user words, they said the integer entered, that means user should enter it, have different word value. If the integer enter have the same value, what will be done? If the integer enter has different value, what will be done? Then I said using if what else. Hello.
Yeah, we
So
can
what
hear
I'm
you.
going to do now, I'm going to comment it out so that um, just call it class exercise. So now the first thing for me to do is is to get my declare my user input. I will have to declare my user input. Now, if the first one is going to be x is equals to should I use int? Okay, they said integer. The question also called integer. I think there's integer somewhere. Yeah, int user input enter integer, enter first integer. I have something like this. Then I'll declare another variable again. I'll call this one y. I'll say enter second word integer. Second word integer. Now, then I brought a flow. Said from the user input which you have gotten, and if else selection constructs an appropriate relational word operator to print out one of the following to the visual display units based on the integers word entered. The integers entered have different value, and the integers entered have the same have
Have
different
same
have the
value.
same word value. So I can then bring out the if statement. If um x is equals to what? Y. So if x is equals to y, print out wherever. Print if the integers entered, uh, print out wherever I want to display here. The 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 integers entered have the same words, the same value. Else, so this is actually control flow. Else, if statement go with what? With f, because the question says if else. That's the control flow. Remember when you pass if, and I said when the condition is what? The condition is true, the statement will be executed. If the condition is not true, the statement will not be executed.
So,
Do you get it? The else statement
yeah.
will be executed when the condition is what? Is a false. Else, print the integer entered is the first one was what? Have the same value, does not have the same words value. Alright, so if you run this program now, it will allow user to enter a certain number which is going to be integer. If peradventure it's asking me to enter for x. I gave x to be 10, then I gave y to be what? 10. So the integers entered are what? The same value. The integers have the same word value. If I run this program again, and I say this one is 10, the other guy is what? Is 5, the integer enter does not have the same word, the same value. That is what they ask us to program. Do we understand?
Yes.
This is still the basics. So I've not gotten where I'll be seeing good exercise and more more assignments. So we will still enjoy our time. Probably next class we'll be able to enjoy. So let's quickly we'll just do a little of this. We'll continue next class. There is a part of Python, so I'm going to, please, if you are coding along with me, create a new file, no folder, please. Create a new file, call it collection. call it collection dot what dot py. So we want to look at Python word collection. All right. Now you will understand in JavaScript, Java, PHP, C++, they actually call it array. That's what they call it. That's why, is it Mattis that was talking something about array? Python did not see it.
It's me.
Yeah, Python doesn't call it array. Python call it collection. Okay, and Python see them as containers. Okay, now in Python there are 4 types of containers. All right, which is also an array. Okay, so you may call it an array, you may also call it a container, but the reason why they normally call it containers or collection in Python is because of the different types of collections. You know, something like Java, and I think Java has something called associative array, PHP has associative array, JavaScript has associative array. Python separate them, name them containers, they now separate them. So in Python we have 4 kind of container. The first one is the list container, the second one is the tuple container, the third one is what is the set container, while the last guy is dictionary.
Please, you say list container.
List,
The other one.
list, tuple. I'm typing it. List,
Okay.
tuple, set, then we have the last guy, which is dictionary. Do you get it? So there are 4 of them:
Yes.
list, tuple, set, dictionary. So we are going to start with the first guy there, which is called list. Now list containers are containers that are used to store items. Now the reason why you have container, just like I said, is also an array. A variable can only be declared to carry 1. You can't have a variable that you have having multiple items inside. True or false?
True.
It can only accept just 1. What about in a scenario whereby I want to get a collection of names of students in class A? What do I need to do? I can't pass it inside a variable. Okay, I can only store them inside a container, and that container is the list. All right, now I'm going to declare my first container. The first container I'm going to declare is a container for pets. So if I come here and I said pets, I'll use plural because I want to have a lot. I use it in one of the example. One of my pets, I have dog. Then another pet I'm going to pass here is cat. Then the last pet I'm passing here is what? Is rabbit. All right. If I have something like this is actually a container. I can go straight and say print what? Print pets.
Pet.
So if I say print pets, I'll be in a very, very, very good shape. You can see the items inside that pet we printed out, which is dog, cat, and what? And rabbit. Now, when you are dealing with a container in Python, there's something called index. Index is actually the location of elements inside the what? Inside a container. All right. For example, the dog belongs to index of 0. That's an array, according to what Emmanuel said. That's an array. An array starts from what? From 0 to what? To wherever you have inside your what? Inside your container. It therefore means that dog belongs to an array. Dog belongs to what? The index of what? Of 0. So if I want to print out only dog from this particular container, I can just come in here and say pets. You pass it inside your square bracket. I will pass 0 there. So immediately I pass 0 there, I'm going to have dog printed out only. Do you get it now? I'm going to have dog printed out only. So in indexing now, in index now, 0 dog is 1. If you go forward, cat is what? 1. Sorry, 0 dog is 0, cat is what? 2. But if you want to print out the entire element inside this particular pet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say print. All right. Uh, is len. You len, then you pass in the pet inside. I'll pass in my pet here. If I save it and run it, now what you are going to see there is going to print out 3. Abi, you are seeing that it's
Yeah.
printing out 3. So it's counting dog to
Length.
be 1, cat to be what, 2, rabbit to be 3. But in programming, the first item inside an array is what, is 0, which is also what, 3. Is that understood? So I've introduced another method to us now, which is called the learn method. The learn method is to know the number of items inside a collection or inside a what, a container. Are we together? Inside a collection or inside a what, a container. All right. Now, if we have, there are 2 type of indexing in Python. We have positive indexing and we also have negative what, indexing. By negative indexing, meaning I am having let me pass in my R symbol minus index, right? That's negative
Yeah.
index. What negative index does is this rabbit is minus 1, cat is minus 2, dog is minus 3. So it's going to range from minus 3 space minus what, 2, sorry, minus 2. Then we have what, minus what, minus 1. Are we together? So by negative indexing now, if I want to print out rabbits, I'll just say print. All right. I'll call my pets. Then remember my curly brace minus what? Minus 1. Minus 1 is the location of what? Rabbit, right? So that's what negative index is all about. Negative index means a negative what? A negative return of your what? Of your value. So therefore, dog belongs to minus what now? Minus what? 3. Are we still together?
Yes.
So dog belongs to what? To minus 3. Don't worry, I'll still round up by 850. We'll round up. Dog belongs to what? Minus 3. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Now, if that is understood, you can see what I'm having. I'm just printing out just one item. Okay. What if I want to print out dog and what? Cats. Or I want to print out cat and what? And rabbit. What will I do? In Python, there's something called range. So we have 2 type of range. We have positive range. We have what? Negative what? Range. Now, by positive range, this is what range is telling us. This range is very, very tricky, but I'll try and break it down too. Now, if I want to print out cats and rabbits, okay, the range of value for cat and rabbits is going to be the highest. Is it? Yes. The lowest ratio, the what? The highest. Now, I want to get cat and rabbit. I will have to call 0 ratio 2.
You say cat and rabbit, sir.
Yes, cat and rabbit.
Not dog.
It's confusing, right?
So what I mean, you say cat and rabbit. You know,
Yes.
dog is 0.
Yes. Yes, it's confusing.
Okay, range. Yeah, because the range will start from 1. Okay.
Yes. So now, if I have something like this, I want to print out cat and rabbit. Let me bring this guy here. I'll say print. All right. I'll call my pets. I have this. Now, remember I said cat and rabbit. 0 ratio what? 2. If you run this program, you're going to have 2 items printed out. Dog and what? And cats. And I said cat and what? And rabbit.
Rabbit. Yeah.
Dog and what? Cat. So cat and rabbit will definitely be one, Abi.
One, one and two.
That's it.
If you say one and two, if you say one and two, I am going to get something else. If you say one and two, it's giving me only cat, but I want rabbit to follow. So what should I do?
Three.
If
One,
you,
three.
And one.
all right, let's think.
You have to use three to capture the two because
If I use three, you remember you. I know you are trying to think about something. This thing, the highest value is what? It's not two.
it's two. It's two.
So I know that is what you are trying to think about. But you notice that I got my what? My cat and rabbit, right? When I say one ratio what? 1:3. But
Three.
we know that even that means if I say 1:4, I will still be fine. Abi? Let me see one
Yeah,
ratio four
because it's within the range.
is within the range. Good. Now
Yes.
the best practice, the best practice is one ratio. Don't pass anything there. One ratio we print out
Yes.
all items,
Everything
everything after
above
it.
one.
It will just slice it out above what? Above one. If I want to go, let's say I want to go below, all right? If I want to go below, I'm going to be having uh ratio 1. So what am I going to get from here now? I'm going to get something like what? Dog.
Dog and cat. Dog. Okay.
Dog printed out because it's only dog we have afterwards. After 1. Is that understood?
Yes.
All right. Now that is that about positive range. Remember I said we have negative what range. Now by negative range we means that I'm having a negative value. Negative what? Sorry, negative range. Let me just say minus range. You will understand what I mean by that. Now, in negative range, if I want to print out, we have said that negative index, rabbit is -1, cat is -2, dog is what? -3. Negative range now, -3 and -1, which one is bigger?
-1.
-1. And our range is what we said is the smallest then the highest, right? So if I want to
Yeah.
print out dog and cats, I'm going to have by negative range now. Dog and cat in my pets by negative range. Dog and cat, I'm going to have what? Dog and cat, I'm going to have what?
Dog and cat. It's ratio -1.
He said
Maybe?
ratio minus
Dog and
1.
cat.
Yes.
Ratio -1.
Ratio -1. Let's see what you are saying. Let's ratio -1, Abby. You are
Yeah.
the only
Let's
person
see.
active in this class, so I think also others are in this class. So
Just
we have dog and cat, and you are very correct. So another way of doing it now is print pets. Now dog here is what? Dog here is -3, Rabbi.
-3.
So I can
Yeah.
say ratio -3 ratio what?
-1.
Ratio -1. Thank you. Ratio -1. So you see the same thing. You see, get your dog and what cat printed what out. Do we understand?
Yes.
So we are going to call it a day here. This is 8:54, and I won't give an assignment, but I'm going to give assignment next class. If I have class work, I'll give class work. We have Please, I will encourage us not to miss any of the class now, because if you look at now, we are entering intermediate level gradually. So if you miss anyone, you may not understand what we are talking about, or you begin to. Can you hear me?
Yes. How many weeks is the class? How many weeks are we going?
We
Yes,
are
I want.
looking at 2 months, 2 months, 2 months and a half. So hopefully,
This class, it cover both advanced.
we are going to get out to advance. We will build an application.
Okay.
We'll build an application. We are going to build a desktop application, but we'll get to advance definitely.
So it doesn't cover web app. You don't use Python to build web app.
We use Python to build web app, but the modules that New Horizon make use of is desktop app, like all those hotel management app, hotel
Yeah, when
management.
we run a system, what if we see that we want to pay so for us to get the web app along?
If you want to get the web app, that will be between me and you, not New Horizon by then. You know I'm working with New Horizon, so that will be
Okay,
between.
my mission is to cover both the web app.
Okay, so let's finish the desktop app first. When we are okay with desktop app, we cannot be talking about web app. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to drop the source code, this source code on your platform. Please ensure you go through them. By the grace of God, this video, the link will also be ready. I'll also drop it for you guys to go through it. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
let's call it a day. Emmanuel, you were very active in this class. Martins, what happened? Is it because you are with Emmanuel?
Not really.
I
Yeah.
have done Java
He has
programming
done
before.
Java before.
So I use Java to produce a desktop.
Okay. Use Java to produce desktop application.
Yes, so
Is it
I
net?
want
Is it
Python.
NetBeans that you are using?
Yeah, netbean, yeah.
Okay. I've done Java before. Tosin, are you with us? Tosin, it's just he's not
Yes,
talking.
sir.
Okay. So I'm gonna drop
My
the.
network was acting funny before.
Yeah. So sorry about that. So sorry about that. So I'm dropping everything on the platform. Let's have a nice day. See you guys on Friday from 6. On Friday is 6 to 8. Please let's take note of that. I'm not giving assignment.
Yeah.
Let's go and enjoy ourselves.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Let's have a
Thank
nice
you,
day.
sir.
Bye. Bye.